Hello, I'm Precious Wayne Peaks, owner of Anointed for Prosperity Bookkeeping and more. And this is an answer to a question that keeps coming to my inbox. Why am I not advertising or promoting my basic tax course yet? Well, simply because it's undergoing updates. Every year we get different updates. So every year the class closes right around this time and reopens right around October once it's been updated. The updates are important to understand what has changed for the next tax year. So the second question is, why don't I white label it? I don't white label it simply because I just don't. There's no extravagant answer. There's a lot of companies that do white label their training, and that is amazing. When I laid out the training platform, it was for my team, and I do have it available where others can take it. But I've never white labeled it. Will I in the future? Possibly. If someone calls on a one-off and says, "Hey, I love it. I want to use it for my team. Can you white label it?" I probably will, but it's just not something that I have on the market as a white labeled product currently. So, what do I offer in my basic tax training? Let's take a look. So as you see, the training is available on Teachable. It's also available on Thinkific, but I'm going to show from the Teachable standpoint. So as we see, there's actually a few classes, but we're looking at the basic tax prep the anointed way. And this is the price. So there's no um, shade. This is the price. Did I do a sale on it? No. Am I going to do a sale on it? Probably not. Do I have packages for offices? Yes. If you have an office, I would definitely not charge $130 per person based on the amount of people in your office. And if you want it virtual or for us to literally come in and teach it, we would negotiate the price from there. So, yes, it is available to other offices. Um, what makes me think that I could put together a training? Well, for those who know me, know I've been doing taxes over 30 years. Every year, not some years, not skip a year. Every year, I'm going to commit myself to a minimum of 50 CEs for the tax industry and another 50 in the accounting industry every year. My degree is in accounting, and not only do I have hands-on experience, but also book education. So I draft the training for my team um, based on verifiable information. All of the information, believe it or not, comes from the IRS in some form or fashion, but I make it a simpler read. So, what is offered in this training? In this training, and of course, you're going to learn about earned income credit, filing status, self employment, amendments, and more. Well, we take a closer look at the 1040 and the issues that make for complex return preparation. It's self paced, of course, it's virtual, and it will take you through the full circle. At the end, there are 7 returns of different types that need to be completed. Is it designed to judge how smart or how dumb or how anything you are? No, 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 no. We put the returns in there because if we can see where the weakness is now, we still have time to have you up to speed by the time the season starts. The goal is to find a place mark of where you need extra help from. So it also covers who qualifies as a dependent, of course, filing status, child care credit, business entities and related deductions, sales of assets, and gig economy. Here are some of our chapters. Understanding citizenship, which is a big thing right now. Who is really a dependent? Awesome question. Is your dog a dependent? Is your cat a dependent? Is your mom a dependent? Is your dad a dependent? Who's a dependent other than your children? Dealing with the gig economy. Gig economy has its ups and downs because some give you W-2s and some give you 1099s. Are you a statutory employee, an independent contractor? What is going on with your client's situation? So as you see, it's broken down in sections to make it easy. Resources. What in the world would the resources be? Well, the resources are a workbook, someplace you could take notes and make scribbles and whatever makes you happy. And also the different forms, because remember, for 2022 tax year filing to 23, there are some changes some to most of our forms that we use. Understanding citizenship, determining filing status. Who is required to file a return? Is your child required to file a return? Well, how much did they make? Because they just might need to file. And is there an age cap on that, or is there an income cap on that? Income and wages, what are they really? And of course, we go on to understanding of the school education credits, American Opportunity, and lifetime learning. We talk in depth about earned income credit. In the earned income credit class, not only do we talk about it, but we give the link to the IRS's detailed class so that you can get your um, extra learning in earned income credit. They have a whole toolkit for it. Understanding due diligence. Understanding due diligence for self-employment. Due diligence is very important. It also has a link to the IRS's due diligence toolkit. These things are important tools. How to handle self-employment, rental property, rental income, car rental income, and the basics on farm income, retirement, and doing an amendment. Will I be adding more? I will be adding the updates. Some of these chapters will be probably longer this season than they were last season. When you go into the instructions for testing your knowledge, it takes you into the demo software. And when you go into test your knowledge, it gives you the 7 returns that need to be done. When the update is complete, it will also be a multiple choice test in the platform. Like I said, you'll get a certificate of completion, but that's not really what it's all about. What it's all about is finding where you're weak and building up your strength so that you can have a successful tax year. Will I be offering other classes? Of course. Those who enroll in this virtual class will also get invited to the live sessions that we do leading up to the season. For those who have never attended one with me, they're very detailed. There's always notes needed to be taken, and we do take live questions. I try to make them on days where people don't have to go to work because normally they're always more than an hour. If you feel like you're fine from a basic aspect and you are looking for business tax training, we have that as well. In our Business Tax Prep 101, we offer a whole breakdown for each form. The Schedule C, the Schedule E, the 1120, the 1120S, and the 1065. And within the next 30 days, the Schedule F will be added to the curriculum. As you see, it gives you what to expect. It also gives you resources. In the resources area are each of the forms so you can physically see what they look like. It talks about expenses and tax breakdown, what the form is designed for, and who needs it. So we have a little of everything to help everyone to move ahead and get involved. If you're unsure of business structure, we always already have a class on that. But what will be added next to our curriculum is an in-depth training on cryptocurrency, it will not be part of the basic class because it's not really what people get who's doing basic returns. They're doing 1040s. But if you have a client with crypto, you're doing a little bit more and you're charging a little bit more. That will be a totally separate class. We will also be adding a class on truck driver, owner operator tax returns. You may be saying, why? Why didn't that go in basic? Because anyone who does taxes for trucking knows it is far from basic. Depending on the level of organizational skills that your client may have, truck drive and taxes can sometimes be a mishmash of adventure. Um, you notice that in the basic class, I did not add the heavy highway use tax explanation, and that is because 99% of tax preparers do not do that for their truck drivers. Normally, the truck driver's admin staff or accounting person does that for them. It is not part of their income tax filing. It is a whole separate filing that is due August 31st, normally of every year. So that is the answer to the questions. White labeling, probably not. Updating, yes. Available to register, of course. But I suggest that if you register now and start it now, that you continuously go back in and take the updated portions that are added. If you were in it last year, you have not been locked out of it. I will not remove students to take on and add new students until October. So you still have time to hop in and take the training. Again, I am Precious Swain Peaks, owner of Anointed for Prosperity Bookkeeping and More. We offer payroll, business formation, business consultation, of course, education, as you see. And we have a podcast at anchor.fm, shonda.swain.peaks, that gives short and simple business trainings that you can take at no charge. Have an amazing day.